The bag work about of apartment 5B.
You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love, and life. Hosted by Kill.
What's good? You tune in Apartment 5B podcast, hosted by your man. As you can see, it's Thanksgiving in Apartment 5B. We packed. I got my man Jake out of Boston. What's going on, Jake?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for hitting me for this one, man. I'm excited.
Always good, brother. Got my man JP out of Queens. What's going on, brother?
What up, baby?
All right. Got my man Nick out of the ATL.
I missed the Pete Rock show. Thanks, Google.
I got Porsche. What's going on, miss?
Hey, I'm so glad to be back.
No doubt. Tosh, what's good, Tosh Digital?
What's good, y'all? Money earning in the house.
All right. And I got my man Vern out of ATL. What's going on, fam?
What's up, folks? Glad to be here.
Number one, I want to say I think I'm one of the first podcasts to have two hip hop women up here at the same time. Okay, we're like breaking barriers up here. Dude, and these shorties know what they're talking about. So let me say,
I knew change was gonna come, Kill. I knew change was gonna come.
I just gotta say,
Hidden Figures hip hop version.
I already know. Let's get straight into it. My man Iran hit me last week. He was talking about the different boroughs, and I wanted him on, but he's hosting a show in DC tonight. But he was talking about the sounds of different boroughs and why something sounds like it does coming out of Queens versus Brooklyn. We did this show for the Writers Bench 3.5 years ago, so wanted to be visited again. We're looking at each borough. What borough has the dopest MCs? Who we think are the top 3 MCs out of each borough, the dopest group from that borough, and a slept-on person from that borough. From this, we will figure out what borough has the dopest MCs. We're going to be looking at Brooklyn, Harlem, Queens, the Bronx, Long Island, Staten Island, and my man Grap got on me because he said you fronted on Westchester County with Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, and I had to come in this time. So everybody is well represented tonight. We're going to start. Brooklyn is going to get the first round bye because it always comes down to Brooklyn or Queens. So we're going to do it like this. Here's the wild part. Staten is going to be the same people because it's basically
Wu-Tang. Yeah.
Unless you pick the UNCs or the
Right.
it's going to be Wu-Tang people. So
wait, do not spoil it for Staten Island because I do have a group that's not involved with Wu-Tang. So
Tosh, let's start with you then because you're the only one. So Tosh, who do you got? Who are your top 3 MCs out of Staten Island?
Don't say the Force MDs.
Yeah, I know, not the Force MDs, and my slept-on group was gonna be the Force MCs.
She flipped it back when they was rappers. But Tosh, let's get started.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's your top 3 top MCs out of Staten?
Damn, I only got 2 right now, but let me just put RZA for number 3. I love RZA. I'm biased. Number 2, definitely Ghostface. Like, come on, can't mention Staten Island without mentioning Ghostface and Stapleton Projects. And number 1 is Raekwon.
All right, okay.
You know, dopest group, Force MCs. You know, I didn't want to go with Wu-Tang. You know, Force MCs before they were the Force MDs and they were singing. They were the Force MCs. They met on the Staten Island Ferry. And a slept-on MC from the Staten Island, probably some dude y'all never heard of. Shaheem is a really good friend of mine, so he was working with a few independent artists. There's one song that they made. It's called
Shaheem the Rugged Child or another Shaheem?
Shaheem the Rugged Child.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we know Sha.
Yeah.
He was my pick too for Slept On.
All right.
Yeah, so he was
Shaheem.
working with some independent artists out there that they did one video together, and it's kind of like it's shot like a film, but it's also a music video. One of the guys, his name is Leo. He's dope. He's young. He's pretty young. I think he is Shaheem's cousin.
All right.
But the song is called Yeah, Yeah, and they use the one of those special ed beats.
All right. All right. So we got yours. Vern, who you got?
Meth 3, Ray 2, Ghost 1, Group Wu-Tang, Slept On, UMCs. I love that Fruits of Nature album. That's one of my all-time favorites.
All right, no doubt. Tosh, Porsche, what about you?
I got Deck for 3, Ghost 2, and Ray 1. Wu-Tang as the group, obviously, and then Shaheem as the Slept On MC.
All right, Nick.
Dope.
Yeah, RZA 3, Meth 2, Ghostface 1. Best group is Wu-Tang. Slept On. Is Pop the Brown Hornet from there? Is he from? I know some of the cats from Brooklyn. That's another thing I was gonna ask. Like,
well, here's the thing. We talking about where they're known from.
Okay, cool. So Pop the Brown Hornet, is he from Staten?
Yeah, that would be.
That's what I'm gonna roll with for Slept On.
All right. What about you, JP?
I had Meth 3, Ray 2, Ghost 1, and Slept On. I had Shaheem as well.
All right. No doubt. Jake, who you got?
I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't get this message until I was already like. I made it up at 5:30 this morning. So anyway, I mean, I would almost mirror what Porsche said. Inspector Deck is up there, but I feel like he's not actually from Staten, right? Or he is. I mean, I know.
We're just going off of where you know him.
What it known from.
Yeah, I think Deck's probably my favorite Wu member right now.
All right.
No.
Right.
Listen, but yeah, man.
All right, no doubt. For me, I got Meth 3, Jizza 2, Deck 1, Group is Wu-Tang, Slept On, or The Secret Weapon. I got Ghost. You know what I mean? And here's the part. I apologize.
Well, before is this?
When I was saying Slept On, it's almost like your secret weapon. Like this is like your secret weapon. You could slide in there.
Oh,
okay.
Now I'm noticing no Ray or Ghost. Now is this like carryover from the Twitter hate on only built for Cuban links? Like, what did Ray do to you? What's up? I'm joking.
I open up. I share with y'all my health problems, man. With my health issues, obviously I was bugging that day because I popped today and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm a moody nigga. I don't know. All right. That's everybody from Staten. Now we're gonna go with Westchester. So Vern, who will you have out of Westchester? Which again for people why
did JP do his?
Yeah, JP. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but before we get into Westchester, let's just explain to people that are not from New York. Westchester County, New York includes Mount Vernon, Yonkers, New Rochelle. For the most part, there's other small towns, but mainly the hip hop artists here come from those 3 cities. So go ahead.
All right. Number three, Jadakiss. 2, Pooh-Bah. Number 1, Dwight Myers, Heavy D. Group, Brand Nubian. And Secret Weapon, Pete Rock, because he can spit a verse, and he's definitely one of the dopest producers of all time. So that's my secret weapon.
All right, Tosh, who you got?
Oh wow, damn! I was gonna say CL Smooth, Jadakiss, and Styles P. That's kind of a tie. And number 1, DMX, dopest group to me. I love Brand Nubian, but I came up when the Lox was put out their first album. Slept On MC from here?
Well, just say Secret Weapon.
Your secret weapon for this
secret weapon from here. Probably some local cats that y'all never really heard of. There's a dude named Nakusi. He's from New Rochelle. He did a 10-year bid, but he's ill with the pen. So I would say him.
All right, no doubt. Porsche, who you got?
Actually, I mirror Vern. Same ones as Vern. So Styles, Jada, CL, Pete Rock, Brand Nubian. You know.
All right, no doubt. Nick, what about you?
I'm gonna go Sadat X, Jadakiss, Styles P. Best group, Brand Nubian, Secret Weapon. I'm gonna say Secret Weapon is Heavy D because I feel like people see him as like the crossover hit maker, but he can really spit. So Heavy D is that secret weapon.
All right. What about you, JP?
We're doing 3-1, right?
Yeah.
That's how we doing it?
Yeah.
So I got Pooh-Bah, I got CL Smooth, and I got Kiss.
All right.
This group, I'm going with Pete Rock and CL. And Secret Weapon, I gotta go with Sadat because I never felt Sadat got the respect he deserved.
Facts about that all day long, man.
He's definitely one of my favorite MCs.
Yeah. What about you?
All right. Is there extra credit I could do? Because I think I misunderstood some of no. So I put all those like Staten Island, Long Island, New Rochelle. You know, I put that all as in one thing. So, all right. So basically, I'm just go off what everybody said here. Now, what about I&I? They're from that area. They're from there.
They're from Money Earning.
Yeah, because I rap love with those, man. That's probably the most slept on it if I could slept on group.
Definitely.
But I would have to go Jada, CL Smooth, and then Grand Poobah. All right, no doubt. And I got Grand Poobah at number 3, Heavy at number 2, Jada at number 1, Group Brand Nubian, Slept On, or my Secret Weapon, Styles P. So, now that we've heard all of that, who do you think will win in a battle if you put Staten Island against these Westchester folk? You heard basically Staten is the woo. You know what I mean? You heard Westchester, we heard Jada, we heard DMX, we've heard Styles P, we've heard Grand Pooh. Vern, you get into a rumble, who are you putting your money on to come out with the tip?
We bare knuckling or we got weapons?
So you got a pin in a pad.
That's what I'm saying. Who winning this fight?
Oh man. Oh shucks. Whoo. All right, so I gotta be objective. Heavy D is one of my all-time favorites. I gotta give it to Staten, I guess. No, I'm going Westchester, man. All
right, Westchester got a vote. What about you, Tosh?
You know my vote is for Westchester. Y'all should just keep on going.
Hey, Tosh. All right, Porsche, what's your vote for?
I am going to go with Staten only because Jadakiss killed me with Top 5 Dead or Alive, and I cannot get over that. So, for that reason alone, I'm giving it to Staten. She killed me with that.
It's because of you, God, man. That's why she's going.
Exactly. Going to hold the book up.
All right, Nick, who you got? Westchester or Staten?
I love Pete and CL, but Wu-Tang is for the children. You know, so I'm going with Staten now.
Nick, who you going with, good brother?
Westchester. It's no question to me, Westchester.
All right, Jake, what about you?
Staten.
Damn, it's a tie.
You the tiebreaker, kid.
It's a tie.
I'm a tiebreaker, dog. I gotta go with Westchester, man. I gotta go with Westchester coming out on top, man. So Westchester.
We need a reason why. Why did you choose me?
Why did I choose Westchester? I just feel like, to be honest, I felt like Dak and Jizza to me are like the super lyrical, like in a battle. Like Ghost is the ill storyteller. I love his style, but I just feel like
in a battle,
Jada's dangerous. I don't know if
No, he is.
That Beanie Siegel lots for like.
He was. I don't think Jada has it anymore. I think he
really?
I don't know
he
where.
He got it.
He got it. Top 5 Dead or Alive.
Still got it.
I mean, he could never make an album, but just in battling. Like,
I don't even think he has it with him to battle anymore. I think Jadakiss used to be on my top 5. Like, I would even. Oh my god, I love Jadakiss. Don't get me wrong, but Top 5 Dead or Alive killed, like, submarined him for me.
But here's the thing. Time ago is he's not a good album maker.
Yeah, albums.
I honestly think that you can hear. I think if he still had it, it wouldn't be as trash as it was. If I could delete one hip hop album off the face of the planet, Drake aside, it would be Top 5 Dead or Alive.
Top 5 wasn't that bad. Here's the thing. I liked what him and Fab did with They Joint. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I felt like Jada could still kind of hold it. So I just feel like Jada's dangerous. Pooba's one of the most dangerous.
Yeah, Pooba. That's all I need. Kissing and Pooba right there.
Styles P.
I'm just going to tell y'all, I don't anticipate these new projects. I don't even listen to them. Like, I listen to stuff that came out in the 70s like it just came out today. Yeah. So therefore, I never even heard Top 5 Dead or Alive.
Don't Don't listen to
Jadakiss
it.
has a son that just graduated from college, so technically he's grandpa age now. I don't look forward to Jadakiss giving me that feeling that he gave me in '96.
I thought that's what we
However,
were gonna get. I was like so excited. I was like, "Oh, Jada's coming out with a new album."
No.
I heard this. I was like, "Oh my god, my ears!"
When has he
like,
ever made a tight album?
But here's the thing. And then I'm sorry, I should have said this earlier. We should have said, whenever we're talking about battles, I'm talking about people in their primes. You know what I mean? So I don't mean like it's not fair to be like, okay, we're gonna put the new DMX. I mean, they not even rhyme no more. You know, like
Right.
Anytime we're battling, it's got to be in your prime. Like I don't know if Cuba can still write a rhyme right now. You know, so
I almost want to switch
Puba's
my pick
okay,
for
no.
Styles and Jada alone.
yeah.
but I will tell y'all, just to vouch for Jadakiss and the Locks, period, because they've never really. I mean, they put out okay albums, but I've been to their shows. Their set is incredible. You know why? Because they perform those back-to-back mixtape joints that you forgot about. You're like, yo, they can perform at least 30, 40 songs in one set. And that's what makes their set so dope. Not the album cuts, not all of the album cuts, but some of those and a lot of mixtape joints and freestyles and stuff you haven't heard in like 15, 20 years.
You know,
That's what makes their set so dope.
funny. I always said that if the Locks, Fabulous, Dipset, and G Unit went on tour together, it'd probably be one of the illest concerts ever.
Yeah.
Like joints back, like it would be crazy.
All right, y'all. Next up, we got Bronx versus Queen. Let's start with your Bronx peoples. Vern, who you got from the Bronx?
All right. Number 3, Slick Rick. Number 2, Pun. Number 1, KRS-One. Group. I'm gonna go Camp Low. And then Secret Weapon. I'm gonna say Digging in the Crates. Lord Finesse, Diamond D, All
right, no doubt. Tosh, who you got?
Dang, he just said all of my joints. You know, definitely Diamond D as a producer. Lord Finesse, great spitter. Camp Low, love everything Camp Low does. They still put out quality music now.
Yeah.
Those dudes are just so dope. I can't recite a lick of their rhymes, but they're pretty dope.
Hey, Tom, not to cut you off, but if you ever want to laugh, go on, you know how they do the lyrics on iTunes? Put up Lucchini and see what they think they said.
Oh yeah, they butcher it.
No, I can only imagine with thegenius.com. And I hate to even give them any type of light, but I can only imagine what
they got.
Think Campbell is saying what their rhymes actually mean. Who else? Everything you just said, Vern, Big Pun, all these people are on the list. As far as like Secret Weapon goes, I'm not even really sure about that. I gotta.
All right.
Bronx MCs. I would say Fat Joe, but then he went on Unsung, and I'm like, dude, you just got nominated for a Grammy. You're not unsung. He pissed me off with that. But yeah, that's all I got for you right now.
All right, no doubt. Porsche, you got?
I got Pun at number 3, KRS at number 2, and Slick Rick at number 1.
All right, you got a group anybody slept on?
No, I'm gonna pass on those. I'm gonna pass on those.
You gonna pass?
I'm gonna pass.
Difficult.
Got your brother. Nick,
Me? Same. Slick Rick 3, Big Pun 2, KRS 1. I like that. KRS 1.
I see what you did there.
Group. I'm gonna say Camp Low. Secret Weapon. Greg Nice. Greg I love y'all know I love Greg.
Yeah,
dude, fun. I love him. Greg Nice is my Secret Weapon.
All right, no doubt. JP, who you got?
Same as every. Slick Rick 3, Pun 2, KRS 1, Group Camp Low, and I couldn't think of a Secret Weapon that I consider somebody a Secret Weapon. I couldn't think of that one.
All right, no doubt. Jake, who you got?
I got Fat Joe 3, Lord Finesse 2, KRS 1. I got the best group is a toss up between the Treacherous 3 and BDP. And then Secret Weapon is AG. He's an animal. But I don't know. He never got any. I don't know. To me, I thought he was just top 5 for a while. Never got any mention though.
All right, no doubt. For the Bronx, I got same as everybody. Slick Rick 3, Pun 2, KRS 1. Group, I got Ultramagnetic with Said G.
Hey, cool key.
And slept on Secret Weapon. I know everybody's forgotten about him because he's never dropped them, but Corey Guns, man. When Corey Guns is focused,
Yes.
Corey goes in.
Oh, you just made me think of Lord Tariq.
Yeah. No, not Peter Guns. Not
No, I'm talking about Lord Tariq. Not Peter Guns. Lord Tariq, nasty to me.
Yeah. I remember Lord Tariq from the Doo-Wop mixtapes. I know JP remember them mixtapes.
Money Boss player.
Yeah, Money Boss. Oh my goodness.
Money
They
Boss
were on
player.
that Wild Cowboys album.
Exactly. All right,
Money
so
Boss and the Wild Cowboys.
that's the Bronx. Time to head out the JP side of thing in Queens. Vern, who you got coming out of Queens, man?
All right, and this ain't blasphemous, but I got G-Rap 3, LL 2, Nas 1, Group Tribe Called Quest, Secret Weapon. I'm gonna say Dreads, man, from Black Sheep. I love
Black
that dude.
Sheep.
Yeah.
I never knew he was from Queens. I always thought he was from the BX. But
It depends. Scratch that, because it depends on what site you go. But when I looked at it, say he
You say Queens.
Queens, yeah.
yeah, I think he was from the BX with the Legion. He had a group.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, I remember
Jingle Jangle. He destroyed them on this song, man. Well, then, with that being the case, I'm gonna say Extra P, man.
All right, no doubt. Tasha, who you got?
From Queens. Wow, Extra P, definitely, but that I didn't put him on my list. Number 3, I got 50 Cent, and this is just based on certain songs and projects he's done. My favorite one is Sincerely Yours Southside, where he's rapping over all of these old school originals. Number 2, I got Nas. Number 1, I got Prodigy, and y'all already know I got HNIC across my list. Dopest group, Mobb Deep. Slept on MCs from out there. You know I gotta put on my underground artists, Bars and Hooks.
Okay.
Mike DeLorean. Dope. They're actually on Prodigy's HNIC album. They're on the intro, and then they're on a song called Diamond. They're dope.
Yeah, I remember the Diamond joint.
All right,
Yeah.
no doubt. Or who you got?
Oh, me. I got Pharoah Monch, number 3. I got Prodigy number 2 and Nas number 1. And then Mobb Deep as the group, obviously. And I don't think anyone's really slept on in Queens, to be honest. I think they're all secret weapons. I don't know. I don't have one for that.
All right, no doubt. Nick, who you got?
Yeah, Prodigy 3, Cool G 2, Nas 1, Best Group, Tribe, Secret Weapon. Don't throw your soccer ball this way. The name is Akinele, not no motherfucking Akinele.
Just being on the show. I'm in the night, man. Nick just being on here with us, man. Busting out rhymes, man. He comes. Yeah, I love Doc, man. So nobody ever talks about Ox album, and I love that first album.
Yeah, Vagina Diner.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Nick, I'm totally judging you right now, Nick.
You don't like the Vagina Diner album? No?
You had to say it again.
Nick, like when you was a kid, you know, like what they keep letting you go, bro? That fog. You like, what you like? You just gonna keep going. But, nobody ever talks about it. I mess. JP, what you got, man?
I got LL3, G-Rap 2, Nas 1, Group is Tribe, and Secret Weapon. I go with Graph.
All right, no doubt. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I got 3, G-Rap, number 2, Nas, number 1, Prodigy. And it's only because I've been on a Prodigy kick lately, man. Holy shit.
It's never too late, bro. It's never too late.
No, I've been a Prodigy fan since 94, but it's just like, it's just when you really break down what he's saying, it's like, oh my God, man. He's predicting stuff. Anyhow, group, I couldn't decide between Mobb Deep and Tribe Called Quest. So since everybody said Tribe, I'm saying Mobb Deep. And then most slept on, Black Poet, man. Black Pope.
Okay.
Screwball. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude is crazy. He's on some different mixtapes here or there, and he just reminds me like he's probably my dad's age, but just comes with these street verses like, bruh.
Here's the thing: a lot of people don't know about Poet. Poet threw his name in the ring during the Bridge Wars with KRS. Most people don't even know that, but he threw his name in it. Nobody ever heard it. So that goes to tell you how good it was. But he at least did try to hold down Queensbridge with all that. Mine's is just like JP's: LL3, G-Rap 2, Nas 1, Group is Tribe. But I have my secret weapon as Prodigy. And it's funny so many people had P as number 1 because I've been having some conversations lately with some heads, and they're like, "Yo, I actually think P is better than Nas." You know what I mean? And
he definitely more consistent. Like solid projects.
When you go body of work, you got. I mean, I don't know. I got to give it to him, man. But I mean, he didn't make Illmatic, so sorry.
Well, technically, Nas had help with Illmatic. I mean,
okay, we about to go into a whole other show here.
Yeah.
Out of time with you.
Have the Illmatic show.
I know, right? Bring that back.
Oh, then we gotta say P and them had help with the Infamous.
Yeah,
because we all act like Juvenile Hell didn't exist. Like, let's keep it. From the Back was not some old great shit.
It wasn't.
All forgave them niggas with their sickles like they was cutting down sugar cane or something. So
that was scary. That wasn't fun. That was scary.
We forgive them for that. Like we forgive Khan for Electric Circus. So
yeah. But Nas, 3 in a row. Talking Firm, I Am, and Nostradamus. Like, bro. Talking about hard to defend Nas. Oof.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. I was just bringing up a point that people have said that. So, Bronx or Queens? I don't want to assume anything, so I'm going to go down the list. Vern, who do you have winning, Bronx or Queens?
See you later, KRS.
Tosh, I already got a figure with your tattoo, so I can skip over you.
Queens, get the money.
Porsche, what about you?
I want to say Queens. I'm inclined to say Queens, but I can't gloss over the fact that KRS ended a career with a diss track. So I just I got to give it to KRS and the Bronx for that one. I can't ignore
That's they won. That's they won.
All right, no doubt. Nick, who you got?
No, I'm actually Bronx too as far as battling.
Okay, all right, cool.
Okay.
JP, who you got?
Come on, man.
All right, I and Jake, who you got?
Oh, I gotta go Queens, man. Just body of work and just the lyricism. You know, Bronx is just so tough. When I think of the Bronx, I think of like cold, hard streets, high-tech boots and bubble jackets and beepers and smoking white owls. I think of that. And when I think of Queens, I think of just clean whips, smooth everything. Everything's clean, comes out perfect. You know, that's how I view it. So like that wins to me.
Now, JP, is that an accurate description of Queens?
Some parts.
That is funny. 50 Cent has a line about that. He said that funk and that hoopty smell like you hungry.
Every person I've ever met from Queens is like a smooth person. Like it's just chill, smooth cat, you know? Old lady.
All right, no doubt. And I got Queens too, so we got 5-2 for Queens. So next up, we got Harlem versus Long Island. So, Bert, who are your Harlem MCs?
All right. Oh man, this was I had to dig in the crates.
I ain't really good on Harlem.
Yeah, Cam 3, Big L, and then Kumo D. So,
okay.
Group, Dipset, and Secret Weapon / Slept On. I mean, I guess one of the fathers of the game, Curtis Blow. I'm reaching, y'all.
You're reaching, because Curtis is from the Bronx. You're definitely on the Cross Bronx Expressway.
All right. Well, there you go. So that's all right.
All right, it's all good. Tosh, who you got from Harlem? I know it's not an easy borough, but
no, it's really Harlem is a borough.
Yeah, I thought Harlem was.
Well, I mean, Harlem is Manhattan.
Oh,
Manhattan. Yeah, New York. I mean, I couldn't even come up with 3 because I'm anti a lot of these cats, and we already got into, these middle-aged dudes that still are acting like Peter Pan, so I can't support their music. But number 2, I got Mace, and he gets that crown for now because of the Oracle. That came out of nowhere. That was like a Thanksgiving treat for us late last year. It was like, yo, May still got it. But then he showed up in these interviews looking crazy. And then my number one, I got Big L.
Right.
And yeah, Ebonics, crazy. Dopest group, I'm gonna go with Children of the Corn.
All right.
And Slept on MC, I don't have one. So.
All right, no doubt. What about you, Porsche?
I got Mace number 3, Big L number 2, and Cameron number 1. Cam's just, I don't know. He's just.
We're gonna talk on camera.
Better to listen.
Yeah.
What?
No, continue.
On camera.
And then group Dipset, and then I don't have a Slept On.
All right. What about you, Nick?
I'm gonna go Black Rob 3.
Okay.
Cam 2, Big L 1. Like Tosh, I'm gonna do Children of the Corn for the best group. I had to Google this shit. Real talk.
Yeah.
And Secret Weapon, G Dep. Ain't he from Harlem?
Yeah.
G Dep.
Yeah.
That's a dope.
Damn, how could I forget Loon and all them R&B giants?
It's easy. Loon, it's not really that hard. Forgettable. It's forgettable. Who you got for all?
I got Mo D at 3, Big L at 2, and Cam at 1. I got Dipset as the group, and I have G Dep 2 as a secret weapon.
All right. Dope, man. I miss G Dep, man. That was,
man, I miss him. Man.
Dude had a run and was just nice.
Yeah.
He had a nice run, man.
And Puff happened. Yo, Tosh, we need that Peter Pan tweet up tonight. I need that on Twitter so I can retweet it.
Oh, I tweeted it years ago, but I'll bring it back for you.
Yeah, go ahead and resurrect that one.
Yo, you said that Puff hit him? What, the G Dep?
Nah, you remember he turned himself in. Shit got so bad, he turned himself in for
Puff
murder.
fucked his mind up so bad because I like the stuff he did with Puff, man.
No.
Yeah,
he was dope. I'm just saying his situation. Got so bad.
Dealing with Puff is like getting spiritual, getting in tune with your inner demons and what have you.
Deal with Puff find God somehow. So
Yeah. Puff got something over there.
Yeah,
you got, man.
All right, I got. So you know what I did? I mixed up in my notes because I'm like that. The Truck 3 is from Harlem, man, not the Bronx, man. My bad. So I wrote it on the wrong piece. But anyhow, I got Cam. Then number 3, I got Mace number 2, and I don't even like these artists, but I had to like dig. Q-Tip is technically from Harlem. I just remember that line, like, born up in Harlem, reside down in Jamaica. But anyhow,
well, you're pushing it hard with Tip, and I'm pushing
But anyway, yeah, Big L number 1. Big L number 1, best group, Children of the Corn, and then most slept on, Immortal Technique. I think, you know,
I agree.
The head case, right? But I mean, what was the Industrial Revolution? Just that one song right there. I still bang that out. That still gets me hyped.
All right, no doubt.
When we get off air, Porsche and JP, you know, we gotta talk.
Okay, whatever that means. Okay.
Yeah, Brian. We won't have to have a meeting after the meeting.
No, this not on air.
Nigga, who wanted you? You Jay Prince or something, man?
No. I'm trying to understand.
Like, yo, when that live button go off, I got some questions.
Me and Jay Prince, we about the same height, though.
And I tell people this every week. I love this because every week I learn. I've always heard about Children of the Corn. That was Mace's group, right?
No.
It was
Children of the Corn was like
Kid,
Big L, Bloodshed.
Yeah.
Okay. But I thought Mace was that.
No, I thought. Well, yeah, he was. It was him, Cam, McGruff, Bloodshed.
McGruff, yeah.
All right, yeah. All right. I thought Cam was.
I got it mixed up. My bad. Yeah, Mace was in there.
Mace. I had to go with Dougie Fresh for number 3. Doug's still before. You know, don't.
He feel nice, man.
He's still beatboxing. I got Doug at number 3, at 2, Big L at 1. I mean, is it that funny? Dougie Fresh? Yo, this nigga made the show in Lottie Dottie. Like, this is amazing.
Yo, Dougie Fresh created a lane for Kenny Burke with Rise into the Top.
Let me explain something to you. Lottie Dottie's the first song that taught me how to curse, man. That shows how old I am. And when Lottie Dottie came out, I had to go to my man Classic's house with his older brother to listen to that because it was curses in it. The group I got is Diplomat. Slept On I got is J Mills. So
wow.
Oh yeah, I remember J Mills.
J Mills.
Hey, where's Biz Markie from?
He's from
Long Island. Long Island-ish. Yeah.
He's on my list.
Yeah.
I can't wait to say it.
Oh wow.
And with that segue, Nick, like you took a communication class at Morgan, let's go straight into
Me and Dart Adams, you know what I'm saying?
I'm logging off, y'all. I'm logging off early.
Nick is getting rich. Nick, you really messed up.
Hey, man.
I've been gone for 3 weeks, man.
3 weeks messed up. Bro, I feel good that you missed us this much. You are in real fucking.
Dart gonna block me after this show.
Red.
And I put my Twitter handle out on this one.
All right.
I like his page.
Island. I don't even know y'all name. Who do you have for Long Island, man?
All right, number 3, Busta Rhymes. Number 2, Chuck D. Number 1, Rakim. I'm gonna go group.
That's my 3.
De La Soul and Secret Weapon, EPMD.
All right, no doubt. Tosh, who you got?
Again, I don't have a third, but my second one is gonna be LL. Longevity. Number 1, the God MC, Rakim. Dopest group, I would probably say De La. Slept On MC / Secret Weapon, Busta.
Yeah.
All right.
Bad boy.
Porsche, who you got?
Almost like exactly like Vern, but I got Busta at number 3, Biz Markie at number 2, and Rakim at number 1. And then De La best group, and Slept On would be EPMD.
All right.
Yeah, but mine is exactly like Vern's.
All right. No doubt. JP, who you got?
I got Chuck D at 3. I got Busta at 2, and I got Rakim at 1. Group is EPMD. And Slept On, I gotta go with Pasta Deuce from Day Love.
Yeah.
Jake, who you got?
See, I got Freddie Fox. I got R.A. the Rugged Man, number 2, and I got Rakim as number 1. Best group is obviously De La. And then most slept on, a Secret Weapon, I would go with Freddie Fox or R.A. the Rugged Man because they nobody, you might have their album, you might talk about it, you might have heard them on something, and they're more like personalities, but those dudes can rip mics.
All right, no doubt. I got basically the same as I think JP and Vern. I got Busta 3, Chuck 2, Rakim 1, Group De La. Slept On I had was Biz though. You know what I mean? That was the Secret Weapon for Long Island. So now we're at the point. Long Island versus Harlem. Again, I don't want to assume anything, so I will ask Vern, who do you have?
Harlem, shake your way out of this conversation.
Tosh, who you got?
Damn, I got my bread on Long Island.
All right. Porsche, what about you?
For Rakim alone, Long Island.
All right. Nick?
Yeah, L.I.
All right. JP?
Long Island.
All right. Jake?
Yeah, I'm going Long Island.
All right. Long Island with me, so we got Long Island for the sweep. So now we got...
Yeah, we struggle with Harlem, boy.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, Harlem is bad, man. It's hard. You got all of Manhattan, and it's like, man, there ain't nobody coming from.
I know. I was like, damn, not even what's his name? True Life.
I'm about to say Dave East in a minute. I mean,
we're not gonna go there tonight.
All right, I do not want to go there. All right,
we from the country. We was in the slot bucket, like what the Harlem boys.
So now we got Westchester versus Queens.
No. Westchester? We already did Westchester.
Right. I mean, Westchester beat out Staten.
Okay, that's right.
I see what
you
mean.
Okay.
The next,
my bad, Kill.
That's all
I
good.
know you 1 point, bro.
It's all good. So we got Westchester versus Queens. So you got the Jadas, you got the Hebs, the Grand Poobas, the Brand Nubians, the Locks, the DMX versus the Nas's, the G-Raps, the Tribe, the Prodigies, and the LLs. Vern, who you got coming out on top, good brother?
Man.
But wait, we didn't even get to Brooklyn, though.
They got the ball.
They got the bye.
Brooklyn's going against Long Island. Brooklyn got the bye for the first round.
Got to take my heart out of it, and Queens gets the bid.
All right, Queens. Tosh, who you got? Westchester or Queens?
You know I got Westchester.
All right, no doubt. I feel you.
by default. That's like because I'm from New York. I got the Knicks, even though they've been.
I feel you. I feel you. So who's going to win the championship this year? The Knicks, right? Knicks got the championship. I'm just messing with you. Porsche, who you got?
I gotta go with Queens.
All right, Nick. What about you?
Yeah, Queens.
All right, JP. I already know.
Yeah, you already know.
Jake, who you got?
Queens.
All right, we got Queens there on that one. Now we're going to be looking at Brooklyn versus Long Island. Vern, who are your top 3 Brooklyn MCs, groups, and slept on?
Number 3, Kane. Number 2, Jay. Number 1, Big. Group, I'm going Helter Skelter.
Okay.
And Secret Weapon, Most.
Nice one. Nice.
That's a nice pick there, brother. Tosh, you got for Brooklyn.
For Brooklyn, my number 3 is Most Def. My number 2 is AZ, East New York. Number 1 is Biggie. Dopest group, I don't know. Slept on MC, Joey Badass.
Okay. All right. No doubt. Porsche, who you got?
I got Master Ace at number 3, AZ number 2, and Big number 1. A group, I would say Smith and Wesson, and Secret Weapon, Sean Price.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Porsche. Nick, who you?
Sean Price 3. Yeah, Sean Price 3, J2, Big 1, best group. I'm gonna get that to MOP. And slept on. I'm gonna go Smooth the Hustler. I
respect that.
Broken language. Yeah.
Man, woo.
I was just tweeting about dude the other day, man. You know, him and Trigger had their own style. That broken language.
Yeah, man.
Nasty. And the funniest part was, I don't know if y'all remember the Heather Headley song, He Is. She basically did that style.
She sure did. Yep.
Yes. The first time I heard it, I was like, yo, this chick hustler. Like, yeah, okay. JP, who you got for Brooklyn?
I got Kane 3, Jay at 2, and Big at 1. The group, I'm gonna go with Gangstar.
Okay.
We can go with Gangstar. Is that allowed?
Yeah, that's what they know for. That's what they know.
Okay.
Wait, how is Gangstar allowed? They from Boston.
But I mean, they're known for Brooklyn. You know what I mean? When you think of Gangstar, you think Brooklyn.
No, I think Boston.
Hey, boy, you gonna get in trouble with your man.
Boston when you think of Gangstar?
Yeah. They not from.
The place where we dwell and the planet is what they talked about, Brooklyn. Hell, them ran for Marcellus for like 2 years.
As you know, in hip hop, we can talk about anything, but.
You're right. But you know, to quote the guy, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. You know, and they rap Brooklyn. These dudes had songs about Brooklyn, like they was from Brooklyn. I mean, I get you, Todd. I was like,
from Texas.
I'm like, how Preem gonna do Crooklyn Dodgers 2 and he from Texas, and how Tip gonna do Crooklyn Dodgers 1 and he from Queens. So I get you. I'm with you on that. Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
OC is Brooklyn, but then I used to heard he be at the Queens Club, so you know it'd be back and forth. But JP, who's your slept on?
AZ.
All right, no doubt. Jake, who you got?
I got number 3, Sean Price. Got Jay-Z number 2, Biggie number 1.
All right.
Best. Go for it. What you got?
No, go ahead. After you.
Best group. I mean, if we can claim Gangstar, I would, but I don't have them in Brooklyn because like Tasha said, I mean, it's like I don't know.
Don't slide MOP in there, man.
I mean, I'm from Massachusetts, so I'm always going to try to claim Guru as much as I can.
It's not like Boston has a lot of MCs, so
no. And the reason he went out there is because Boston's haters, man. They're like, ugh, you know.
And he went to college in Morehouse, so I'm gonna take a.
We don't like you. Yeah. Most slept on, Secret Weapon. I got 3.
The weapons going.
Brooklyn's my favorite.
Yeah, Brooklyn got MCs like Brooklyn.
I don't know. Sky Zoo, Torre, Most Def, no sequential order. I mean, they just to get 0 credit. Sky Zoo's last album is ridiculous, man. It's freaking nuts. Anyway, yeah. So, but if I can't do, I'd say Black Moon for the group, just because that's what that started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a substitution on my list. Take Jay out and put Most Def. So yeah, Big, Most Def, Sean Price, and Jay out.
I'm very shocked people are not naming Jay like that.
Because we talking prime now.
Yeah, I'm
but Jay in his prime.
Man, y'all still got
Jay
that picture of him and Beyonce in
still
y'all mind.
not.
I know exactly. That's right, Bird. Tell him.
Y'all got AZ over Jay-Z? Like,
Who now?
no, I'm just saying people were naming AZ, not putting in Jay-Z. And I was just like kind of shocked that, you know, in a battle, like at their prime, like Jay is, I mean, we all know Jay, but Jay is nasty.
Yeah.
I don't think Jay can hold up against some of these people. No. I love Jay. He's
Takeover. He got ethered, but Takeover was. Come on, let's not play now.
No, you can't. Like Jay in his prime wasn't really his prime. I don't know. Jay was always sort of below the radar all the way through his career. Until just wait, let me explain. Oh my god, I'm gonna fight Nick.
I'm gonna let you beat me up.
Yo, Bird, do you see what happens when these two can't get on?
Yeah, man.
Jay was under the radar.
Let me clarify.
Must be two radars.
Skill set was always a little under what other people's skill set was. That he was always in the shadows until Big passed away. Everyone knows that.
No, I agree with that.
His skill set is just not as good as like AZ. He's amazing. AZ is great.
I don't agree with that.
Jay-Z is just more mainstream. I can't know.
AZ is amazing. No doubt.
How many classic albums AZ got?
Listen, I can't. We're not going to go down the classic road. I swear to God, I'm going to fight. Where are you, Nick? ATL? I'm going to walk to ATL and tell you.
I'm actually in a secret location. I'm in Texas right now.
This is why these are all done remote.
Yeah, it's all done remote. I was just saying I was shocked. I mean, again, you know me, there ain't never no wrong answer for me. I was just shocked that, you know, people had A over J in that argument. All right, so now we're looking at Brooklyn versus Long Island. So we've got our Rakim, we've got our Chuck D's, our Busters, our De La's, our Bizzes, our Pasta Nooses. We've got all of them up against our Bigs and J's and AZ's and Kane's and Smith & Wesson and MOP's and Mos Def and Sean P.
We knew where this was headed before we started. Man.
Yeah.
We know who's going to win.
Well, here's the hard part. I've been in numerous conversations with people who will say Rakim alone trumps.
Yeah.
This is true. I can understand that.
Yeah, I've been in a conversation where people have said, yo, Rakim is like the big fucking Joker. Like, I don't give a fuck about Big J, A, none of the niggas you just named.
What was the hell we had a few weeks ago? And what did we discuss about in a battle against Big Daddy Kane?
Yeah, I mean, I remember the battle show and we said that on wax, we think Kane would have won and on stage because of Kane's person.
Energy. Yeah, everyone said energy, but what?
That's part of the battle, though.
But all I'm saying is that I've heard it. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I heard it. So, Ver, with Brooklyn versus Long Island, who do you have?
In a battle. Man, I got to go with Brooklyn, man.
All right. Porsche, who you got? I got a feeling you're going to use the big Joker on this.
You know what? Can you come back to me? I need to organize my thoughts.
I understand Nick got you all crazed. Nick been going off on everybody.
Yeah, Nick is like combative today.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Nick, Brooklyn or Brooklyn. All right. JP, you look like you in deep thought, brother.
I am. I'm gonna give that slight edge to Brooklyn, man.
Okay. All right. And Jake, who you got, man?
BK, easy all day.
All right, and I got Brooklyn too. So, Porsche, what do you got? Not that what you had would weigh the tables anyway, but who do you have?
I mean, I want to say Rakim alone. I want to play the Rakim Joker card.
You have that right.
You know me.
No, you can say that.
I can't. But the thing is I think that in a battle, like this is how I think of it. Big brings his boys and Rakim brings his boys and they battle it out. I think Ra alone can't take on all of BK. I got to give it to Brooklyn. There's more talent there.
Here's the problem.
Overall.
All of Rakim's boys were gangsters, so that's that. That's the problem. Like, you dealing with the original 50 Cent, you dealing with no bad.
Right.
Street. Rakim didn't have no homeboys. But those few MCs,
He was the rapper.
he was like most other people was like, yo, this my little brother who rap. Yo, this my like Rakim was
No,
like,
but if you think about it, you're putting up like, let's do like Rakim versus Big or like AZ and Busta. Like, you know, if you pair them up,
right.
Like Brooklyn's got the edge. Of course they do. They've got more lyrical talent.
Right. All right. So now we're down to the thing that this never comes down to one easy thing. I've heard this a million ways, a million different times. Brooklyn versus Queens. You know, I've actually had people who are from Brooklyn who were like, "Kill, I'm not going to be on the show because I cannot take Brooklyn out of who I am." So I'm going to say Brooklyn regardless. I'm sure JP may feel like that with Queens. So, you know, it always comes down to Brooklyn and Queens. You've got, with Queens, Nas, G-Rap, LL, Tribe, Prodigy. A lot of people never give him his props, and it always bothers me, but Run was bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Was a bad man. Like, I think I told you a couple of episodes ago, I was listening to an old Primo mixtape, and it had a Run song on it. And I was like, I never heard this. Like, what Run DMC song was this? And this was like Reverend Run. Like, and he still sounded good on the song.
Right.
So Run was a problem. But then you got Brooklyn with Big and Jay and Kane and everybody like that. So Vern, Brooklyn versus Queens, man. Nas versus
okay.
G-Rap versus Kane. You know, AZ or Jay-Z versus LL. Wasn't there something like LL battled Jay-Z one time, or Jay-Z pulled up on LL or something?
Yeah, I heard something like that.
Yeah. So who you got, Vern? And you can take a minute to think, man, and reflect on your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm looking at this list, and I look. To me, Tribe is the best group of hip hop ever. Them Outkast to me. Okay, so Illmatic is one of the top 5, arguably best hip hop albums ever.
Mm-hmm.
Run DMC set it all off.
Right.
Hip hop first superstars.
Yeah. So if I'm using that criteria, I'm gonna just say Queens. I'm gonna quit pontificating. I'm gonna say Queens.
Pontificate.
Stephen A. Smith word.
I'm like, okay, good bro. Okay. Here we go. Porsche. I never know which way you gonna go. So who you got, Brooklyn or Queens? And why? We got time, and why?
I gotta go with Brooklyn on this. And the reason is, I think, man, this is so tough. Like, it's so tough, but it's Brooklyn. And for me, it's Brooklyn because I think, like, I get Nas has Illmatic, and I know a lot of people put a lot of weight on that. I'm not one of those people. Illmatic's a classic. Like, they have a lot of great groups. I just think Brooklyn has way more talent. I think they're stronger lyrically. I think they're more versatile. I think I think they have way more crossover ability as well, which may be a bad thing, but I think it shows range. And I just think as a whole, Brooklyn has the more talent.
All right, no doubt. Who you got, man?
I think I'm gonna go with Queens, just due to like LL, Nas, Prodigy, kind of being more battle tested than those in Brooklyn, in my opinion. So I will roll with Queens, slight edge.
All right. JP, do I even need to stop? I mean, do you want to explain why?
I probably don't even need to explain why, but I mean, if I'm gonna be objective, I definitely, I mean, it would be the hardest battle, but I gotta go with my Borough. But I mean, G-Rap and Nas, and I mean, LL, battle tested, man. LL's been through wars, you know what I'm saying? Run DMC, Salt and Pepper, I mean, it's just
Salt and Pepper. That's one.
You know what I'm saying?
People don't give them their props, bro.
Right. yeah. So
especially them first couple of records.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
All right, so you got Queens, Jake.
Queens, yeah.
All right, so when we first started this discussion through the DM, I was like, "Oh, Brooklyn automatically, right?" I mean, this is not. I mean, I guess we can debate it, but after I've been sitting here thinking of all these MCs, I forgot about thinking of the fact that LL really, to me, is the GOAT. And I'm like, man, like Yeah, I got to go with Queens now. I'm almost reversed my own argument.
Wow, okay, all right. And the hard part is Tasha fell off, so it's hard to. It's not going to be a.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah.
Have to. Right now we got 3 and 2 for Brooklyn. So.
And I think so. You going for Brooklyn?
I don't know, man.
We can hit Tosh with a tiebreaker on Twitter.
3 years ago, I went with Brooklyn, but thinking about, it's like Porsche said, and Vern said, however you look at these things, because I'm looking at it like LL. I'm just looking at it from my list, from LL versus Kane. Yo, man, I'm gonna have to give that to L. You know what I mean? And his prime, man. It would be a good ass battle.
Right.
What you about to say, Porsche? I see you about
I have a question about LL Cool J. Now, I love LL. I love early LL. I love LL up until he became the woman crowd pleaser. I would say I think he swayed a lot. So my question to the group is this: what is LL's prime? Because I feel like his being soft and a little bit like his switchover lasted longer than his beginning phase did. And I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. But when you guys say LL in his prime, are you guys just thinking like the first few years? Or are you thinking like overall?
LL had
Radio that Mama said knock you out.
Yeah,
he had a long prime as it goes, but he's always had that.
But he's a long-running MC generally. Like, he's like Jay. Like, they have a lot of years on them. Right. But where is the prime, really?
Hold on for a second. Let JP, because it's a Queens thing. Let him go.
No doubt.
No, I mean, he's had a long prime, but to put it in years, it'd be difficult. But he's always had that woman-pleasing side. From the first album, he's always had them songs, and he's been able to balance that going forward. So, I mean, prime, I would say, from the beginning to maybe 94. You know what I'm saying? Till we put out Mr. Smith.
Okay.
To me, right to I Shot You, and that was probably his prime to me.
So Mr. Smith LL could still battle against these Brooklyn guys. Like, I'm just trying to understand.
Okay, hold on. So
I shot you. You heard I shot
but you can't say it like that, Porsche, because then you could say Jay-Z Lemonade Tour can't battle. You know what I'm saying?
You said Jay-Z on the cover naked. Time out for a second. This was so bad about that picture.
I haven't seen it, so yeah.
Like, that's the wildest part. Like, you got Beyonce in a thong, and people are like, "Get that out the way." Why is Jay-Z like Beyonce's ass out the way? Like, we're going somewhere here, y'all. But that's just.
Someone on Twitter tweeted, I died. Someone on Twitter tweeted out, why does Jay-Z look like a homeless man that interrupted Beyonce's shoot? And I just died. Like, I couldn't recover from that.
But you know what? And I'm not going to get on it, but this is what me and Vern talk about. You cheat on your wife, it's like bankruptcy. You got 7 years of having to pay for this. So whatever Beyonce says is like, Sean, nigga, you gotta take this picture with your shirt on and you were smoking a cigar.
No haircuts. You can't cut your hair.
Okay, this is what you deal with when you cheat on your wife and you want to stay. It's called bankruptcy. For 7 years, you are gonna get, niggas are going to, and niggas talk about all the time, like, baby. Nigga, you got 7 years. Okay? Sit back and just enjoy a woman's bitch for the next 7 years. You ain't got no say about nothing, nigga. You can't say what kind of refrigerator you want. The living room. You ain't doing shit for 7 years, okay? So think about that before y'all cheat. And if you want to stay, if you want to cheat and you want to leave, bye. But I have 7 years of bad luck, my nigga. So just get. But I'm sorry, Nick. You were saying something about LL's prime.
Oh no. JP, he laid it down.
Yeah, I'm good.
To me, that JP said, because to me, L always had, the I need love. He had that from the door. He was almost the inventor. Now I want to say Heavy D. No, L was. I can't remember who.
L was first.
But you always had at least 2 on every album. At least 2.
Yeah, that was the thing because there was a time, and a lot of young people watching me now in the stands. There was a time in hip hop where everybody had a house song.
Yep.
For better or for worse.
A slow jam. Like everybody had slow jam. Heavy D had Don't You Know, Sweet Tea. If it wasn't me, like that was just part of making your album. You need a slow jam, and I want to say LL may have set that off with I Need Love.
Yeah.
It was definitely one of the biggest. So to me, L was always the dude on the back of bag with the shirt off, hitting the punching bag. Like L was the originator of I'm taking my shirt off. You know what I mean? Right. Shorty's always loved L, and he walked that kind of fine line. But I think he was always, no matter what he did, he would give you going back to Cali. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? But then he hit you with Jack the Ripper. So he would say love her, but then he would hit you with I Shot You, where it's like Prodigy,
murder, like going back.
Yeah, you could definitely say he invented it. I mean, his name was Ladies Love Cool J. That was his name.
Yeah,
that's his rap name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I liked LL, but when he came to Atlanta at the Omni and I saw him in concert, I'm like, yeah, okay, he's that dude. It
was one of those things about seeing L in those days because it was a stage show. It was something about seeing Iron Radio on stage in 1987 and the tape opening up and coming out, and you know, and the troop, So, and Porsche still looking straight, like, yeah, nigga, what the fuck? Like, nigga, look on your face, like, okay, not reminiscing and get to the point.
No, I just
old people. We gotta remember the good old days. So we gotta remember the good old days. But I would have to say L over Big Daddy Kane. You know, G-Rap versus Jay. I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard, and it's wild that I'm gonna have to go with Queens. So, you know, we're gonna have to kind of give it to Queens this time around. So, give it to Queens. So, we got Queens coming out with the dopest cats. You know, the wild part. Here's the wild part.
I should have been from Brooklyn. I swear to God, I should have been from Brooklyn.
But I think the wild part.
Rep Brooklyn to the death.
I think the wild part about this was, it's funny. I can't remember Vern or Porsche. One of you two was saying this. Porsche, you were saying how Brooklyn kind of had many different styles, and I don't disagree with that, but I almost think Queens may have had a little bit more. And the reason why I say that is because and to kind of talk about what Iran was talking about last week when we started this, because he was talking about from the Mount Vernon show, and he was saying, like, you know, he felt like Pete's Beach was so clean and bright because he was like, yo, Mount Vernon, niggas have houses, niggas have grass, you know, like, you know, you feel like there's some fucking hope in Mount Vernon, where if you're in Brownsville, like, yo, you know, Brownsville, he may not be making this over you, you know. And it kind of got me thinking, like, yeah, maybe that's why MOP is so fucking mad, because they're in Brownsville. You know, you got this, you know, and it's like, hey, you know, it's different. So that's what made me even think of the boroughs. And when I think about that with Queens, I'm thinking about what Jake said, where he's like, you know, Queens, you just think of a smooth dude with a nice car. Like JP said, that's parts, but then you got your grimy parts of Queens. So I felt like Tribe is kind of like, you don't think, you know, when 50 kind of came, when 50 came with Queens, I was kind of like, damn, I ain't know Queens was wild like that. Like, niggas, like, Queens got drug dealers and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Because all the way up to Queens, it was Run DMC, it was LL Cool J. You know, it really wasn't, you know, anything like that. But then you get introduced to Queensbridge, because Queensbridge didn't sound bad when Shan and Shantae and Molly.
Right.
I never got this, yo, I'm gonna get robbed. Now when Nas and Mobb Deep came out, it was like, oh damn, like Queensbridge, the biggest housing projects in New York, in the world. And,
right.
You know what I mean? So I think Queens may have a little bit more of that, because, you know, it gives you different things. So when you look at Tribe and you look at 50 and you look at, you know, Nas, it's like almost like three different boroughs, almost, to me at least. You know what I mean? Like, they don't kind of mix, but maybe that's...
I mean, yeah, Tribe for sure, because Tribe was like opposite of all of that. They were like... But
I mean, I think what I'm saying about that is, but like, and JP, correct me if I'm wrong, because I've never been to Queens, but from what I've heard is like, you got grimy part, you got Queens.
Yeah, you do, and I do give that to Queens.
Right.
And I would give that to Queens, that they do have like grime, they do have the nicer, smoother sound, but I don't know.
And then I remember seeing pictures of Run DMC in '84 looking like they were standing outside of like a suburb house, you know, in Hollis. You know what I mean? So I don't know, JP. What would you say about Queens like that? Like, is it
all? it all depends where you go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was like Run DMC Hollis was, you know, they had grass. I mean, all the houses are right next to each other. It's not like it's like you can walk a couple feet. Yeah, but I mean, it was a little bit of grass and all that, and all different areas. But then you got, you know, South Side where the projects is at and things. It's all different areas. Like, and you can't really judge a neighborhood by the houses, because there's some crazy niggas that live up in houses with them lawns.
Right, just like
for real.
Like Compton. Compton got houses and lawns.
Yeah, exactly.
They gang banging up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like somewhere along in hip hop, it was like if you got a house and you gotta cut grass, nigga, you ain't hard. Like
that's crazy to me.
That would be further from the truth. You know, in a gate, like, you know, and you know, it's like, yo, if you got a lawn, nigga, you rich. It's like, I don't know if I'm rich, you know.
Right. My mother was a school teacher. I don't know if that qualifies as being rich.
Right. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so that's dope. Nick, do you still want to go off camera, or is there anything, you know?
No, that was jokes. I was just trying to, like, the camera number one. I was like, just... It just caught me off guard. It caught me off guard. I
would have L at number one from Harlem. But I mean, again, you know, I can't. Here's the thing, I didn't like Cam when he first came. I really started liking Cam like around the rock years. You know what I mean? Like the Rockefeller years. Like that's when I didn't really like the first album, you know, Horse and Cars, but when he got with Just Blaze and, you know, that rock, and then started to Diplomat. That's when
you never heard the Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment album then? That's what you're telling me?
Nah, I never heard that album.
I'm going to send that to you.
No, thank you. I'll pass.
You have to.
If I'm not mistaken, Nas comes out in about 3 hours. So
the Nas gonna be 20 minutes, bro. It'll be 20 minutes long.
Yo, what is your beef with these 7-song albums, bro?
It's not an album. It's an EP.
Yeah, it's not an album.
They just need to call it an EP. That's all.
It's an EP. It's not an album.
Here's the thing, because I'm
as long as they're good, I don't care how long it is. It's better than 15 songs and half of them is whack. That's 7 songs anyway.
Now here's the thing, Nick. Let me ask you this: if you added one more, hold on, Nick. If you added one more song, is that an album? The only reason why is because back in the day, and I know where the old heads of the group, yo, your R&B albums had 8 songs. Like
Thriller had 9 songs.
It was over 30 minutes. Look at Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. It's like 8 songs, but it's 35 minutes.
But I mean, even if it wasn't long,
it's not.
And we talked about this. I don't know if you were on the show, but we were talking about the medium in which you get music, and that with vinyl, the more songs you have on it, the lower the quality is. You know what I mean? So that's why most albums back in those days only had 4 songs on side A and 4 songs on side B. Because of that, then when the medium changed the CD, and it was kind of like, oh snap, now we got, and it's changed the tape, and it was like, oh, well, we can get more stuff on. Then we saw albums become a little bit longer. When we got a CD, it was like, oh shit, we got 80 minutes. Fuck this, we using the whole 80 minutes. And that's like Raekwon's Built for Cuban Links 2 got like 24 songs on it. I'm like, yo, or Das Effect's third album, Hold It Down, got like 22 songs. I think if they would have trimmed that down to the best 12, you're talking about a 5-night classic in my eyes.
Yeah,
so
I'm not wishing them extra long albums either.
Right.
Especially when it ain't quality.
Like, to me, the perfect album to me is 10 songs, no interludes, no intros, no outros. You know what I mean? So I'm not really mad at the 7 songs, because I'm kind of like JP. When I put on Pusha's Daytona, which I love to death, like, even though I got to hit repeat on the iTunes thing, you know, because I'm cutting my hair, I'm like, shit, this is the 3rd time I heard it, but I'd rather these 7 songs that are all bonkers. Like, I love every song on that Pusha album versus it being I got 12, but 4 or 5 I really don't mess with, and I got to skip them. So what would equal an album to you? Is it 10 songs? Is it 8?
No,
like,
see, it's not even the amount of songs. It's the
like
time. Your time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 22 minutes. It's like, it's too short, man.
So if the 7 songs were 30 minutes, so your time limit is 30.
Yeah, 30. It got to be at least 30 to be an album.
30.
That's just like a punk rock. Okay, I know punk rock albums be like 25 minutes.
All right.
We talking hip hop.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's the thing: if you decide, if they threw EP on the end of it, we'd be like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
But you happy me y'all talking about
Like,
an album.
fools, like, you're not labeling this correctly. I don't appreciate that. That's how we
It's
roll.
like I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I'm not paying for the banana in the tailpipe. So
this guy too much.
So when Black Thought came out last week with the stream of conscious stream of thoughts, and he said it was an EP. That was cool.
Because your expectations, going in, it's the EP.
Right. Okay. All right. Well,
let me say one more thing on that too. Where we're at, just as a people, just as the human race, we only got a 10-second attention span. Like, not us, because we grew up before the internet. Like, so anybody who grew up with the internet in smartphones, that's why videos are 1 minute with the writing on them on Facebook or whatever, with the words written in it, so you can look at it really quick and fast forward and read it. But anyway, they may have 20 tracks, but they'll put them out in September. They'll put the next 7 out. You know what I mean? Like, because it makes no. Why put out 20 songs now and people's only really going to care about 5?
Right.
That's my feeling on it. I'm not mad, but I wish they labeled the EP too.
Yeah,
I'm mad at it. I'm definitely mad at it.
Yeah, I'm mad at it.
You mad?
I'm mad at it.
Tell them why you mad, boy.
Well, because okay, you have something like Capital Punishment, which is the most like exhaustive track list on this planet. Like I think there's like 23 songs, and it's not even a double. And then you have something like 7 tracks, and then you're trying to tell me these are both out. Like, I don't know. I just think there was more. It feels like there was more time put into albums before than it is now. And maybe Jake's right. Maybe it is because of attention span. But now everything feels rushed. I knew that this Kanye was going to be. I haven't even heard the Kanye, thank God. But everyone's like, oh, it kind of sounded like thrown together. Who knows how old these songs are? Like, he changed them and all this. Like, it must have sounded like, it feels like that at 7 tracks. It doesn't, even this Nas, like, I don't have an expectation, but I know already. It's just like, yo, man, just get in the studio, put it out. We'll just give him an album. Like, that's how I feel like the conversation was. And then I feel like kind of cheated as a fan. Like, I know that's like blasphemy in the artist circle, but because we're entitled as fans or whatever, but don't take a hiatus for 10 years and then rush into the studio, spit something on an
That's
album.
The main thing, right there. What she just said.
And then just
Pusha
put
ain't
it
been
out
in
because
4 years. And you're gonna come back with 7 songs.
What can Nas give you? And I feel so bad for Nas because I feel bad for Nas because Illmatic is the double-edged sword for him. He'll never be able to meet that again, and everybody always expects that. But this isn't going to be. I don't know. I could talk forever about this.
Here's the wild part. When we look at Illmatic, if you take off Halftime, which was old, got what? 7 songs, right? Or 8?
9.
Because what? Illmatic was 10.
10 tracks.
9 songs.
The intro didn't count. Genesis didn't count. So now we're down to 9. And if you
take Halftime,
we're down to 8. So Nas's magnum opus is only 1 more song than what he's about to give y'all.
but Illmatic.
35 minutes.
No, but
we
don't know how long these songs are going to be. Maybe
these
songs
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yo, you know what? You can tell Nick be in the gym because he said it. He wants some shit on the treadmill.
Yeah, but if I'm on the treadmill and your album in before I'm finished my 30-minute run, I say the album, bro.
But that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that because I'm like the wild part is the magnum opus is only 1 more song. You know, like I mean.
But the thing is Illmatic is the magnum opus because of the way it's set up, intro included.
I get that intro shit all the time. I can't tell you last time I heard that intro.
You know what? Yeah. That's maybe this group. The majority of people will listen to Illmatic from top to bottom. And they'll call it a classic from top to bottom. They won't say, oh, Illmatic would have been a classic if you took out the intro and halftime. No one will ever say that. They'll be like, it is a classic as it stands. The track list is solid.
That's true.
I actually skipped 3 tracks on there.
But I'm just saying, I know people had beef with Black Thought joint because they was like, yo, he put on Making Up a Murderer and that was old. So I'm just saying, as a Nas fan in 94 when Illmatic dropped, I'm like, fucking halftime, this off the Zebraland soundtrack. I heard 3 years ago. You know what I mean? So somebody then, I remember being like, yo, what the fuck is this? And one time for your mind, let's not act like that's the best shit since.
That's one of the ones I skipped.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm not here to pull Illmatic apart. I'm sure we will do a show next week.
But like I was, but one more thing before we cut off the Nas project. I think streaming set it up where cats put out Rush material because Kanye just tweeted like 2 days ago, still working on the Nas album.
Yeah,
like, bro, it come out Friday, and you're not finished with it. So that like the streaming platform allows people to just rush,
wait till the last minute,
and just throw it out there without really perfecting it. It ain't got to be perfect, but I don't want a rush job.
I agree with that, but I will say this. I think, and this is me being a producer and working with artists, I think if you get, I'll give you a great example. I love Justin's, of course, y'all know I love the new album.
Oh, God.
Don't worry about it. I know I'm the only one.
It's all good.
Justin Timberlake.
I love it. It's cool. But no, I'm talking about the first 2020 joint.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I love that. That's a 5 Mile classic to me.
Yeah.
Him and Timbaland made that album, both of the two 2020s, in 1 month.
Yeah.
Justin had to get ready to go off to do, I guess, some acting or some shit. They was like, yo, we're going to lock ourselves in the studio for this month, and we're going to bang out this album. Now, not knowing that, now, somebody may say a month isn't a lot of time to work on an album. You know what I mean? I remember Q-Tip saying they would work on, Midnight and Low End. It would take them a year, to work on those joints. So somebody could say a month was a rush job. Mm-hmm. But if you're focused in that month, which they obviously were, because those two albums are incredible to me, right, you can make great music. To me, it's all about, and I get, that's why I love this show, because we have different people. We have people who make music, we have people who listen to music, but just from somebody who makes music, like, I think if you get focused, you can make a great album. Like Jazzy Jeff's, a lot of people didn't hear it, I forgot the name of it. He did an album in 1 week.
Chasing Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. Because he wanted to show that I could focus in on this. And if we get in 7 days, they're talking about he started it the day after Super Bowl Sunday on Monday, had it mixed and mastered up by the following Monday. Just to show the industry that, and it's a very dope album. I love the album.
It is.
Tupac's Machiavelli was 7 days.
Right. So again, I don't think, it could be rushed. I just think it's like what kind of artist you are. You know what I mean? So I just don't want everybody to be like, oh, we don't, they only took 7 days to make the album. Like I said, this Pusha T album, I love it. If it took them a day to make it, then shit, then that's what they need to do from now on. That album is crazy, So,
but answer me this: he ain't been out in 4 years. You wasn't a little bit like only gets 22 minutes push.
Yo, to be honest with you, I'm not. I love the album. I love it to death. I literally miss that album. That album is like a girl to me. Like I'll be like, I'll do something else. I'm like, I miss Pusha. Put Pusha back in. Like all the time. Like, yo, I can literally recite you lyrics to this album, and it's funny, and I'm keeping this rolling because I feel like when we stop, we have so many great conversations after the fact. And I want people to be able to hear this. Like, if you've been paying attention, and Nick, you have on Twitter, like people think I'm killing Black Thought, and I'm not. My thing with Black Thought is just he's not a great storyteller. You know what I mean? He's never been. And people are like, well, why are you hating on Thought? And I'm like, well, that's not hate. And I told Ed today, I said, yo, if somebody said, yo, I really don't like Kill's beats because I like fast up-tempo beats, and that's not what Kill makes, I wouldn't feel bad about that.
Right.
I don't make fast up-tempo beats. Like, my height is like 94 BPMs. So if you want some old 105 get up in the club, that's not me. Mm-hmm. Me, Thought is not the storyteller, especially with Fonte's album and Royce's album. Right. I realized that I want more out of my MCs than just spitting rapid fire for 50 minutes. You know what I mean? To me, Royce and Fonte both showed you I could still rhyme my ass off and still tell you stories. That's not what Thought is gonna do. You know what I mean? And
I agree with that.
But that's not what. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
But me and Eddie agree on the Thought album. Like we actually have, like, we've talked about it a lot with the group and on the TL or whatnot. So I totally agree with Eddie when he says, like, whatever he says about Thought album.
So what did Eddie say? What did he say?
That it is storytelling. That Thought is a good storyteller, and that the album was the album is a very solid piece of work.
All right. Let me say this. Being married 18 years, everybody has a different definition for the same word. And I have to break this down on the timeline today for Twitter. My definition of a story is, Biggs, I got a story to tell. Here's the story.
Yeah.
Big is banging somebody's wife or girl while they playing the Knicks. He comes home. Big acts like he's robbing them, and he gets away with the money, and he tells the story to his boys. I don't know what the fuck his Thor is talking about. Okay, anybody who would like to tell me with anything, pick any song off of this album, and I don't mean like he's talking about soliloquies and all of that. I got a bachelor's. That's it. I'm sorry, I don't have the PhD. I don't listen to hip hop to be PhD assigned. Like, what is it? Here's the thing: on Silent Treat, Thought raps about girl. That's what he does.
He can do that good.
About a girl, he can rap about a girl. That's about it. I always tell people, put Outkast and the Roots in the same studio. Say, make a song about dealing with your baby mom's mother. Outkast is gonna give you Miss Jackson. The Roots is gonna give you some shit. You ain't gonna know what the fuck they talking about. You ain't gonna know what they talking about. You don't know if they talking about God Cypher Divine. I don't know. All I know is when I listen to Common, I know he is talking stolen moments. Whoa, somebody broke in his house? He's looking to find them. You know, Retrospect for Life. He's talking about an abortion. No human being can tell me what Thought is talking about. Eddie tried to tell me that, and he lost me. I don't want to get lost. I'm not dumb, y'all. Like, I shouldn't have to get a thesaurus in a damn, biblical, reference to understand what he's talking about. Like, just what is he saying?
But so, with all that though, I know from knowing you that Black Thought's in like your top 5.
Oh no! He's not in my top 5. No.
But he's like Black Thought. You always mention him as the most slept on and just the illest. Like,
kind of sort.
No, he holds him in high regard. But
I hold him in high regard. But when I look at MCs, I'm looking at an all around MC. And we did a show about the attributes, the top 5 attributes of an MC for you. So one of my top 5 attributes is a storyteller. I think when we talk about the best MCs, most of the names that come up are relatively storytellers. You know what I mean? So when I think about Black Thought, he's a great spitter. And like I said, if you want to give him that belt, if you want to say Black Thought is the greatest spitter ever, I got you. If you want to say he's the best freestyler ever, I got you. But to say he's the GOAT, I can't give you that. It's like saying Allen Iverson is the best basketball player ever. Like, he's not. If you want to say he's the best little big man or little man ever, I'll give you that. Best crossover, I'll give you that. The most influential, I'll give you that. But nobody's going to go on ESPN and try to sit here and tell you, yo, who's better, LeBron or Jordan? And you be like, yo, but what about AI? Like, nobody is going to say that. You know what I mean? So there's your favorite MC, and then there's the best MC. Like, I would never sit here and tell you Allen Iverson is the best basketball player ever. He's my favorite, but I'm not going to tell you he's the best.
Right.
And for somebody else, they may not have storytelling. So if somebody doesn't care about stories, then I could see why Thought could be your number 1. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I like doing this stuff, because it's like literally making people think like, damn, I never thought about that, Kill. What are my top 5 attributes of an MC? Because if you tell me you don't care about storytelling, then I understand why you picked Thought. But if you say storytelling is one of your top 5 and you have Thought in your top 5 ever, I'm just a little shocked, because he's not going to give you a Blaze of 50. He's not going to give you a shaky dog like Ghost. He's not going to give you, I got a story to tell like Big,
I think there's definitely like MCs that you go to for storytelling. I personally don't think Thought is that MC for me. I don't go to Black Thought for storytelling per se. Do I think he's telling stories? Sure, but he's not a storyteller. I do agree with you on that, but I do think this album was a very good piece of work. I think it was solid, but again, I have to agree with you. He's not a storyteller. I go to Thought much like I would go to KRS, Mos Def, Common. Like, these are like sort of you know, like you said, like metaphoric, and you got to kind of reach in there and kind of unravel what they're trying to say. I like that. And that's what I would.
Calm is simple. I used to love her. It's not that complex. You know, it's not that complex. Like
no, it's not. Common's not that complex, but he also doesn't talk about banging some guy's wife while he's playing the Knicks. Either.
Right, but what I'm saying is
complex. Than,
right, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that when you talk about Common, when you listen to Testify, you understand what he's saying. When you listen to Faithful,
but you can understand what Thought's saying too. I just think we don't.
But here's the thing. Here's the problem. If I ask you, what is Testify about?
Post up the thought songs, the storytelling joints.
Right.
Coherent.
This is the simple part. If I ask you what Testify is about, Burr, what is Testify about?
He got flipped on it. The chick ended up being the queen pin.
All right, cool. What is 215 about, Porsche?
I mean,
see, you start without me, and you gotta roll your eyes because you literally now have to get the song HD mode. I just want you to explain this to me.
No, my favorite song on that album is actually Dostoevsky.
Yeah, we know.
Dostoevsky, because he references a lot of like really great literary works. Does everybody know that? Maybe not. I totally understand what you're saying.
No, but just what is the story about?
Well, he's talking about crime and punishment. He's talking about the issues that are happening now.
He reminds me of Michael.
Why does it have to be a story? It doesn't have to be a story.
It doesn't have to be a story.
Because we rhymes put together well. It doesn't have to be a story.
Right, but that's the thing, and that's what I was saying, that if you don't care about storytelling, like when I look at all around MCs, I'm looking at, it's like how we find fault, like when LeBron came in the league, he couldn't shoot. Now you don't want to leave Bron open. Or you know, it's like people making their games better. So I was telling my man, I think the Royce and Fonte album made me look at it like, you know what? At 44, I want more from an album than just you spitting.
Yeah, but with that said, how come you like Pusha T so much?
Oh God, he gets the pass. He and here's the thing, let's just keep it funky. My wife hates when these video chicks be naked, but if Beyonce came out ass naked, she don't got no problem with it. Like, it's like, oh, why Shanti gotta be naked shaking her ass? Well, there go Beyonce. Oh, well, that's Beyonce. Well, I mean, like, so with Pusha, here's the thing about Pusha that I love, and I was talking about this. 5 seconds into Pusha's rhymes, I'm getting quotables. Like, that's something I've learned about myself. I love quotables. Like,
that's why I like the album.
So yeah, 5 seconds in, I'm already like ran off with the plug to like True Boy. I'm like, yo, rewind that. That nigga said plug to like I predict Snow Al Roker. You all get a bird. This nigga Oprah. Like I can go on for hours. Like Porsche was with me. I was live tweeting, listening to the album, tweeting quotables. Like, yo, this is incredible. This dude, yo, when that nigga says, yo, what would Meek do? Papa Willie tell the judge the Akinelli middle finger out to go singing Machiavelli? Like, yo, man, like it's just something about that.
It's witty. It's definitely a very quick wit, and people love that. I personally am with you, Kill. I love quotables, and yes, I will give it to you. Thought does not have quotables like that. You definitely have to like rewind, go back, listen again, make sure it makes sense.
Get your concordance, get your thesaurus.
Yeah,
but
you do have to do that.
Knock. Like this is the wild part. Like there's no knock. Like again, if somebody said, yo, I don't like Kill's beats because they're not fast, I wouldn't be like, oh, that nigga hating on me. I would be like, yo, I feel you. Like I don't make those kind of beats.
That's just not what I do.
Go find somebody who makes that. So again, it's not like that's like Jake. That's
I get that.
I'm not dissing Thought at all. He's a monster.
I know. I was trying to bring that up. Like I know you
like, yo. It's just like it's when you're talking about the best. It's almost like I have to bring up a flaw. Like if I'm like, who do you win between Brooklyn and Queens? I don't want to give you a flaw in Biggie, but I have to look for something to kind of, you know.
I got you.
But yo, I love Thought to death. Like I said,
I love Thought.
If you're just straight spitting, and I don't know if somebody said this today, it was like, well, I don't know, maybe he made this album because he got so much love off the Hot 97 freestyle. Like because 215, yo, like he rhymes for 72 straight bars. Like there's no chorus, there's no nothing. Like it seemed like he came straight from I-97 and went straight to the studio.
Because on that one podcast, the first one I did with you, you said you wanted to see Black Thought make an album where Questlove wasn't even allowed in the building. You heard your podcast and was like, you know what? That's true. I should just do what I want, which is just.
And here's the problem. Nah, it's not that, because Nick and them will tell you, my Twitter folk will tell you, when people said he was doing something with Ninth Wonder, everybody knows I'm not the biggest Ninth Wonder fan in the world. Yeah. You know what I mean? So even when every time, and this is a true words born of Jesus. This is a true story. Every single time I'm listening, like Talib and Ninth did a project, and I was listening to the first single, and I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Ninth killed this. And then I look at the credits, and it's like produced by High Tech. I'm like, okay, cool. So every time I'm about to be like, oh shit, Ninth killed this, like the joint Thank You. I like the last song on the Black Thought, because he's talking about some shit. Thank You. And I'm like, oh, this nigga killed. I was like, oh, Ninth killed the joint, the charade off of D'Angelo. Then I see a tweet like, oh no, that's not Ninth. That's Crisis, you know. So
Ninth and the Soul Council, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So when I saw that, so if you ask me, I want somebody to, and again, this is just me. This is just from what I want. I'm selfish. Like, I like Royce's album. He's spitting. He's telling you about his childhood. I'm seeing these interviews with Thought, like, yo, my mom got killed. My dad was part of, Black, I forgot what the name of it is, but it was like a Muslim.
Yeah. I don't talk about none of that.
It was like, I would love to hear about that. Like, I would love for this album to be executive produced. I would love for it to be like, yo, let's do this for the intro. Let's do this. Like, let's manually structure this out so that we're making an album. And I just kind of feel like, some little what Portia Nick was saying with like these Nas albums. Like, I feel like him and Ninth kind of just went in the studio and Ninth just hit play and Thought just rhymed. You know what I mean? Like, literally at the point when Making of a Murderer came on and I heard Styles speak, I was like, yes, another voice. Like, I'm like, and I told my man this today. I think one of the things with me and the Roots is I really miss Malik B. Like, I really think that him and Thought had a good energy together, like almost like Tip and Fife. Like, so I kind of like Thought being in a group where now Thought is essentially, he's been a solo artist for the most part, because just because he rhymed with like, it'd be like if one day you just woke up and Tribe with just Q-Tip and Ali. Like, essentially, Q-Tip's the solo MC. And I think Malik kind of balanced that for me, because I like when Malik came back on Game Theory. I was like, yo, now I'm enjoying this again. And it's like, oh, Malik, falls off again. But neither here nor there. Yeah, so I apologize, Portia. I'm about going back to school to get my master's, and master's else.
So we can identify these.
I want to be able to identify with y'all. But yeah, so Jay, give them all the information, man. Let them know where they can get a cut if they're in the Boston area, man.
Yeah, I would say first go to the website jakecutsfresh.com, because that's where you can find anything that I do, whether it's my podcast or haircuts or my barbershop or whatever. It's all there. Yeah, man, basically just check me out, and I'm a conversationalist, man. So if you ever want to talk about anything, hit me up. I mean, literally anything.
On the real,
I guess at Jake_cuts_fresh. That's IG and Twitter.
Yeah, no doubt. Jake is a great dude. We linked up through haircuts on Twitter. Talk about the thing you do at your shop. We're the networking thing too.
Oh yeah, that's we gotta play another one September. So we call it Beats, Brews, and Barbers. And what we do is, I haven't had a live DJ yet because I can't really find one. Because everyone's like, you mean like bring my iPod? And like, no, like never mind. We put on like a Tribe Called Quest on Pandora, and then just let it play. And then everybody brings some beers. We do some haircuts, and it's really just an industry networking night for hair professionals in New England, and it has nothing to do with selling you anything. Nobody's buying or selling anything. So, because the barber game is a little bit like the hip-hop game. Everybody thinks they're professional. Everybody thinks they're this and that, and they're trying to charge you for this and charge you for that and blah, 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 blah. So, we can call that Beats, Brews, and Barbers. We're going to do the third one in September, so I'll hit you with a date when I get it.
All right, no doubt. JP, tell them everything you got going on, good brother.
Y'all can get in touch with me at JPaz Music, Instagram, Twitter. Got the new album coming out, but I'll keep you posted about that. But yeah, that's it.
All right, no doubt. Let them know about your Bandcamp. Where can they get the other stuff?
Oh yeah, jpassmusic.bandcamp.com. You just hit me up. I got a couple projects on there already.
All right, no doubt.
Okay.
Are you giving out anything, Nick, since you've been in rare form?
No. And don't tag me in tonight's episode because I don't want a certain someone to block me because I enjoy their Twitter feed.
I understand. Portia, give them everything.
Twitter and IG is at Cherchez La Porsche.
No, Nick, keep that same energy.
All right, no doubt. Give them everything, good brother.
At V Channel 10 on Instagram, no, Twitter, and at VE Channel 10 on Instagram.
All right, no doubt. You already know Kill 889 IG and Twitter. For everybody, sometime during the end of this month, me and Portia have a book club, Book of Rhymes. This month we're reading Questlove's newest book, Creative Quest. You know, you can see how far I'm into it, but I'm gonna finish at the end of the month.
It's very good. It is such a good book.
Right. I'm glad to hear that. So we are trying to promote this, not the book. We're trying to promote reading for more men. So
you can understand Black Thought's lyrics.
I gotta read more. That's the problem. I don't read. That's why I Portia, we gotta start this book club because I brought like 8 books last year, read like none. So Portia makes sure I'm reading every month. So yes, we gotta read more so we can understand thought. It's only so that you can understand thought even better. So everybody out there, if you want to get with the book club, just hit me up. Creative Quest. I even heard that the what was Joe saying, Portia, that the audio book actually has.
Yes, the audiobook is phenomenal. There are little extra stuff. So Quest said that on Twitter, and it is exactly that. It's dope.
All right. So if anybody wants to join the book club, hit me a Portia. We'll probably be doing it at the end of this month. As always, appreciate the hell out of y'all. Another fun show. Nick, I may keep you off for another 2 weeks just to get you to come back. You was in rare form tonight. I'll check y'all next week, man.